My 10-year anniversary was supposed to be a celebration. I planned a surprise trip to Paris, the city where I'd proposed to my wife. Sarah, I imagined us strolling along the Seine, reminiscing about the life we'd built. But that dream shattered just a week before our flight. It started with a phone call. I was at work, trying to finish up early, when my best friend Mark called. He sounded strange, distant. He said he needed to talk to me in person. Urgently. Mark and I had been inseparable since kindergarten. He was the best man at my wedding, the godfather to our son, Leo. He was family. So when he showed up at my office looking like he'd seen a ghost, my stomach dropped. He didn't beat around the bush. He confessed he'd been having an affair. I was shocked, of course, and tried to offer support. But then he said the words that stopped my world from spinning. He said the affair was with Sarah. The room felt like it was closing in on me. It couldn't be true. It's not Sarah, not Mark. He showed me the texts, the pictures. There was no denying it. The betrayal was a physical pain, a knife twisting in my gut. He was my brother, and she was the love of my life. How could they do this? He kept apologizing, saying it was a mistake, that they'd ended it. But his words were just noise. All I could feel was the crushing weight of their lies. That night, I went home and confronted Sarah. I didn't yell. I just laid my phone on the kitchen counter, showing her a picture Mark had sent.
Oh.
The color drained from her face. The silence was deafening. She finally broke down, sobbing, admitting everything. They'd been seeing each other for 6 months. 6 months of stolen moments, secret meetings, and lies. Right under my nose, my best friend and my wife. The days that followed were a blur of anger and heartbreak. Every memory we'd ever made felt tainted. Ah! Was she thinking of him when we were having dinner? When I kissed her goodnight? The trust, the very foundation of our marriage, was gone? I looked at our son Leo, and my heart broke all over again. How could I explain this to him? How could our family survive something so devastating? I canceled the trip to Paris. I couldn't bear the thought of going to a place that once symbolized our love. I asked Mark to stay away, and I told Sarah I needed space. I moved into the guest room, a stranger in my own home. The nights were the worst, lying awake, replaying every lie, every stolen glance I'd missed. I felt so foolish, so completely blind. People always say communication is key in a marriage, but what happens when the communication is a web of deceit? Realized our marriage hadn't been perfect. We'd grown distant, caught up in work and raising a child. We stopped talking, really talking, a long time ago. I'd ignored the signs, assuming we were just in a slump. But a slump doesn't lead to this level of betrayal. Now I'm standing at a crossroads. Part of me wants to fight for my marriage, for the family we built, for the woman I once knew. Another part of me is screaming to run, to leave this wreckage behind and never look back. The love I had for Sarah is now tangled with a pain so deep I can barely breathe. Can trust ever be rebuilt once it's been so completely destroyed? I don't have the answers. Right now, all I have are questions and a broken heart. Thanks for listening. If you've ever been through something like this, I'd appreciate hearing your story. Make sure to subscribe for more updates.